I managed to love and loathe this film at the same time. The Justice League, released in 2017, directed by Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon. Starring Jason Momoa, Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, Ray Fisher, and Ezra Miller. Oh, and some CGI embarrassment. Budget of $300 million, a worldwide taking of $657 million, for a profit of $357 million, less all marketing and associated costs, of course, which puts it towards the bottom of the earnings list for comic book movies. To be honest, that fact alone annoys me a lot. This is the Justice League. This should have been the movie. It really wasn't. Okay, but for this review, I'm just going to focus on a couple of specific things because I already have a 21-minute video, so there's no point in repeating myself. The whole reason I'm doing this review is for the sake of completion. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to have the Justice League on the chart at the end. So here we go. Let's look at a couple of things. The first one, as I've already mentioned, is the fact that this movie really should have been the biggest tentpole movie like ever. This should have actually beaten the Avengers personally, because while the Avengers are great and I love those movies, Iron Man and Captain America, Hulk, Black Widow, Hawkeye, they are great, but they shouldn't in any way be able to stand up against the Justice League. These are the big guns of the comic book world. And to be honest, look, I think Ant-Man made more money than this movie at the end of the day. So that's a problem. The other thing that particularly annoyed me is how much I loved some of the scenes in this movie. How much I just couldn't get enough of some really cool stuff in this film. And then it'd flop over to dull, boring, deadweight, pointless scenes of going nowhere and doing nothing. For example, this film has the #1 most comic booky moment of any comic book movie I've ever seen. The newly awakened Superman taking on the Justice League. He's disorientated, he doesn't know what's going on, and they've got to try and stop him, they think. And it's fantastic. I love that sequence. It's just amazing watching him just take them all apart. That's why Superman. That's why he's the #1 hero in the DC universe. He is an unstoppable force, and I loved it. And the most iconic moment in this most iconic scene is when you got the Flash sprinting around at top speed, and Superman's tracking him with that eye, that side eye of doom. It did my head in at the cinemas. I was so excited. It was incredible. I rank that scene as the #1 comic book movie scene I've ever, seen. And then unfortunately, you go under this clown. That is an embarrassment. You spent $300 million and you've got wax-face Muppet as your villain. That guy. Really? What an absolute waste of voice acting talent. What an absolute waste of CGI rendering time. And his dialogue was boring and dull. He was at best a B-grade villain. He was the villain for any one of these heroes, not all of them. You've got to be joking. Aquaman could take him down. I mean, alright, surprise topic #3, Aquaman was cool. Never thought I'd ever see that. Never thought I'd see the day where Aquaman wasn't a joke. But Momoa Man, he's done it. Actually, I think that's point #4, but doesn't matter. Like I said, if you want a much more long-winded, detailed review of this movie, I've already done one. Go have a look through dig through the playlists. But as for this, I'm done. I'll be putting this down at number 2? Second from the bottom as well. This one gets to hang out with Batman vs Superman, where it should stay. This should have been at least middle ground, but just what they got wrong was appalling, which only made all the bits they got right feel out of place. Anyhow, there's my short sprint of a review. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you're having a great week. And of course, I hope you make some time to go and watch a movie. Oh, and thank you to everyone who subscribed recently. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.